everybody. So we just finished the drive. We're in the same parking lot that we did the little tootle around the lot to show you how the four-wheel drive system worked. So I just wanted to walk you around the exterior of the Jeep and show you what it's all about. You can tell from the photos that the Jeep shows very, very well. It's in great shape everywhere. The tires are in great shape. I'd say the only real things to mention, and we'll just start with that, and everything else is kind of glorious. Anyone that's ever owned a Jeep, or really any car, even like a 911 that has a wide body, you know that you're always going to get some chipping on your fender flares, on the front leading edge of your fender flares. This is a painted fender flare because the charcoal gray was an option. So there's just a little bit of chipping there. It's on both sides. But across the rest of it is in great shape. There's the odd, little chip like this, and a little bit around the doors here. But everything else is in, extremely, extremely good condition. I think this is a little bit of wax. Yep. There's a little bit of, I don't know what you'd call it, maybe sap or something that damaged a little bit of the clear coat here. Doesn't show up very well, but that is something to notice that we came up with and found on the hood. A little bit there as well. But overall, the condition of the Jeep is really great. The lenses, all the plastic lenses are in good shape. Headlights look to be the original headlights. No reason to expect that they're not. Areas that usually corrode a lot, these steel hooks mounted to the bumpers usually get corroded if if these Jeeps are left outside or in poor conditions. The fog lights, I believe they're they are. They came with hella fog lights, which is pretty cool. They're still in great shape overall. All these plastics that discolor, and you're used to seeing a heavily used Jeep or a TJ of this generation, you would normally see this kind of color and discoloration on these black plastics, but they're all really in good shape. Even this is a plastic piece on a lot of Jeeps that even exist on the newer generation ones that discolors quite a bit in heavy sun, especially if you lived in California. Same with the mirrors, everything else. All the rubber seals are in great shape. I think we should probably clean this guy up a little bit because it's never been exposed to light. It just has a lot of dust from having the roof on it nonstop. Door seals on the doors are still very pliable, all in really good shape. You can see the edges of the doors in really good shape. Not even a lot of chafing on the door sills on the driver's side. This is where you're going to see a lot of heavy wear. There is a 3M protectant strip along here. You can see it is worn off a little bit, but the paint is all in great shape. You might want to just get a shot of the VIN decal here. I don't know if that has the EPA compliance on it. No, we'll find that under the hood. As I was talking about on the drive, you can see that the seats are in great shape. They're not all blown out. The bolster isn't all blown out. Still lots of life in the foam cushioning in the driver's seat, which again, that's fairly rare. Usually they get blown out. Usually because the tops are off a lot, sun deteriorates the synthetic materials in the seats, and then it gets heavily worn. Rear seat is in great shape as well. I don't think it's probably ever been used. Underneath here, everything is in good shape. This is super surfacey stuff. Nothing really to talk about there. You can see, just if I peel this back a little bit, all the paint is all really in good shape. The top, I don't think today will... Oops. The top, I don't think today we'll bother putting up, but you'll... well, actually, you can just see... We've got it inside out for putting down, but you can just see some of these wear points up at the front, all the stitching. The top is it's basically brand new. It's been underneath the hardtop its entire life since 2006, 14 years. It still wears its factory spare tire. I believe the date code on this is going to be, I would imagine, the year the vehicle was sold. Yep, 2004. Rear tail lights, they're in good shape. Both of these two. All the rear plastics, again, all in really good shape. I'll pop the hood. All the wheels are in good shape. They all look to have their factory finish, which is very surprising to me. I believe, going by memory, but they seem to me to be, we didn't resurface these, so I believe these would be factory finish. I'll pop the hood. Here's your emission sticker. This vehicle conforms to US EPA interim non-tier 2 non-tier 2 bin 9 regulations applicable to gasoline fuel. Light duty trucks and qualifies as a ULEV 1 under California cleanest vehicle regulations and meets US EPA clean fuel fleet vehicle regulations. So it is California compliant and US compliant. Probably just good to note the interior and the engine bay, all really good shape. You don't see any heavy corrosion on like bare metal pieces like that hinge part for the throttle cables. All the plastics are in good shape. Radiator looks like it's in great shape. Has a composite top. Some of these, when they start to get worn, these crack a lot. All the hoses, all the fittings, all the plastics. The reservoirs all in good shape. Brake booster, it's in really, really good shape. This is certainly one to keep and cherish, I believe. Of course, do whatever you want with it, but it'd be great to see someone take over ownership of this and preserve it. I think this will just get cooler and cooler as the Jeeps get bigger and bigger and more expensive. If you wanted to buy a new Rubicon today, I believe this Jeep today, an equivalent, would be probably $55,000. So really, really cool Jeep. You'll see in the underside photos that the underside is very clean. It doesn't even look like it was driven in the winter, because there's not even a hint of, to me, there's not much of a hint of surface corrosion. Lots of tread life on the Goodyears all the way around. They look to be the original OEM size and fitment. Super cool Jeep. Somebody buy this, put 35s on it, and give it a 3.5-inch lift, and then send us pictures of it because we want to see it. Any U.S. buyers, you'll be buying this on a Washington state title in Blaine, Washington. We can deliver it to you wherever you'd like to get it. Just let us know and ask, and we can arrange your shipping on your behalf if that's something you'd like to do. If you want to handle that yourself, please, by all means. If you're in Canada, you'll receive the vehicle on a BC registration, and if for some reason this is going anywhere overseas, we will help and facilitate you getting it there. We do international and worldwide shipping quite often. Thank you very much. Use the contact seller button to reach out if you have any questions, and happy bidding. Bid with confidence. Thank you. Hey everybody, so we just dug out the original boxes for the soft top on the Rubicon. Just before we take everything out and put the whole thing together and get it up on top of the roof, just wanted to show you guys, we just opened this box last night. All these pieces are all brand new, never used, cobwebs on them. So the frames for around the door, left and right, in their original boxes, as well as I repackaged this, but the first time this was ever opened was last night. And this has the original windows, brand new, not a scratch on them. All matches the gray top, which I believe was an option when these came out. So everything is absolutely brand new. And that top, this top has never been, this is the first time it's ever been put up. The vehicle came to us with the optional gray top on it. The top had never been off since the car was brand new. This top had never been stretched. It's extremely tight. It took 2 of us just to get the thing expanded. It's pretty incredible. I can't believe that somebody owned this thing and never drove around top down for what I think was the King Kong Jeep in its day. So I got a big love for this thing, but we just wanted to show before we start putting everything together, and I think we're going to photograph it that way. Just wanted to show that this stuff is all brand new, and which is to me one of the most important things, to have one of these things that's a little bit older, and this is all sun faded, kind of I don't know, it takes a little bit of the shine off.